Welcome to this spring football update on the ACC Digital Network, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday. I'm Jeff Fischel. We are talking the Virginia Cavaliers, and I'm bringing in a guy who usually is asking me the questions. This time I am asking Wes McElroy from 910 Sports Radio in Richmond. Wes, thanks for joining us. Let's start with, I think, the question everybody has, Cavs fans, the quarterback situation. We know last year, boy, David Watford was the guy, but seems like Greyson Lambert may have taken over in the spring. What's your thought?
That's what I think. And it hasn't become official yet. Mike London says he wants to sit down, talk to his guys, go over the depth chart, kind of have exit interviews. I don't know how it can't be Greyson Lambert. From everything that's come out, everything that I've talked to my colleagues, closed practices in Charlottesville, but all signs point towards Greyson Lambert. And, Jeff, let me just point it this way. I was never been told that I have great common sense. But when I hear a story leaked out where they have one day they're short on wide receivers, and David Watford, last year's starting quarterback, is asked to step in at the wide receiver position, that doesn't bode well for David Watford in the quarterback competition, because you don't ask your starting quarterback to go out and run routes. That just doesn't work that way. So I think Greyson Lambert, David Watford, he had a shot last year. He actually had 12 shots. And I think if you go back to that Virginia Tech game at the end of the season, there was ample opportunity. There was plenty of time where Mike London should have sat down David Watford for Greyson Lambert. He didn't. I think it's now Greyson Lambert's opportunity.
Yeah, UVA 13th in the conference last year in scoring, not even 20 points a game. I mean, he's been through Michael Rocco, Phillip Sims, David Watford. Mike London has to be wondering, have I finally found the guy? What's your sense? Is Lambert the guy?
Jeff, I think anyone would look at Virginia and see all the talent and see all these 4- and 5-star guys. But somebody's got to have the hammer. Somebody's got to be the quarterback to make this all click. And right now, that's been one big element missing in Charlottesville.
All right, you talked about the 4- and 5-star recruits coming in defensively. The big name, Andrew Brown, perhaps the best recruit in the country this past year. As a true freshman, can he make an impact? He
can. I know he's missed, some opportunities for reps here in the spring because he's had some turf toe. But here's a guy where, he can get to the quarterback in high school, and we know that there's that learning curve. But he has been looked at as a guy to step in, to make an impact. This team is going to miss Brent Urban. But right now, what excites me about the Virginia defense, it's another year together, but they have so much talent where you have John Tenuta's all out, let's go after the quarterback defense. You have Eli Harold. You have Mike Moore. You have guys that are going to demand attention on that line. That's going to help out a guy like Andrew Brown have a one-on-one battle, and that's going to be up to him. That's where his learning curve is going to be. But there's going to be other guys up front that are going to command that attention, that's going to give Andrew Brown that opportunity where he's not going to be double-teamed, where he's not going to have the focus on him, and that could really help out a secondary that needs it at UVA.
Yeah, he's going to have to grow up quickly as well. The season starts with UCLA, and it raises the bigger issue of scheduling. It's a tough schedule again for UVA. Give me a sense of how many wins you Cavaliers fans should be expecting.
From Mike London's job stability, you better hope for 6. I don't know how they get to 6 wins. I really don't. UCLA, a trip out to BYU, a tough slate. They haven't beat Virginia Tech since a loss count. So, look, 4 wins, 5 wins, that'll be an accomplishment. But I think it's going to take 6 wins for Mike London to keep his job.
Hey, Wes McElroy from Sports Radio 910 in Richmond. Really appreciate it. Joining us on this spring football update on the ACC Digital Network, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday.